Sharkie Gamer here. So today we're taking a look at the World of Warcraft USB headset and a USB tap chat pedal, just down there. These are both creative products and they are licensed by Blizzard. So we'll take a look at the headset first and then we'll have a look at the pedal a little bit later on. So this is the front of the box of the headset. You can see the World of Warcraft logo up the top. It says creative, licensed Blizzard product. Going down you can see a picture of the headset just there, and you can see some artwork on the back there of the Horde and Alliance sort of logos. Going down it says Sound Blaster World of Warcraft headset THX USB 2.0 for audio consistency. On the side of the box it just sort of goes through some specifications, package contents, technical specifications, microphone, and system requirements. On the other side of the box, it's got the World of Warcraft logo at the top. It says THX True Studio PC, THX True Studio PC sound technologies create unprecedented levels of audio realism within stunning surround effects, producing virtual speakers around, above, and below you. VoiceFX morph your voice into different World of Warcraft characters and creatures with VoiceFX technology. USB 2.0 for audio consistency. Detachable microphone. Volume system, volume up and volume down. Interchangeable headset lenses. Moving on to the back of the box. It again has the World of Warcraft logo, and you can see the little price ticket there as well. Bask in unrivaled THX surround sound. Experience the sounds of Azeroth and beyond as never before with the Sound Blaster World of Warcraft headset. Designed specially for World of Warcraft gamers, it features cutting-edge audio technology and THX True Studio PC. Get an amazing level of realism through unrivaled headphone surround and gaming sound enhancement technologies. Speak your mind. Communicate with your party or raid clearly. The Sound Blaster World of Warcraft headset features a professional-grade microphone, ensuring everyone can hear you shout of heal me," in all its resonant glory. Choose your faction. Declare your allegiance with interchangeable headset lenses bearing the marks of your chosen faction and 16 million programmable color options. Shows the headset there, and it kind of points out the interchangeable lenses there. Shows a bit of the screenshots there of the software, and then it says World of Warcraft audio control panel. Configure settings easily with the custom software for personalizing your headset and enhancing your audio experience. Customize headset illumination options. Enhance audio with the THX True Studio PC. Enable VoiceFX and equalizer for game audio. Bind commands to keys for quicker access. Save multiple profiles and easy switch among them. And the software is basically what you download from the creative website. On the other side there, it showcases the pedal, the tap chat, which, like I said, we're going to have a look later on. It says here, Sound Blaster World of Warcraft voice tap, sold separately. Map your push to talk key or favorite macro to the optimal foot control pedal, keeping your hands free to control the game. Okay, so let's have a look at the actual headset by unboxing this thing. So it opens up from the bottom, and the first thing you're greeted with is some cardboard top there that says World of Warcraft. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull everything out the box and then we'll go through it one by one. There's some foam covering this, protecting it. These things protecting the lenses. So that first look at the headset. Okay, so the first thing out of this one, down the bottom here, is you have a pouch. And some manuals and papers there. And in the corners of the boxes, we've got the other cables. And of course, the extra lenses as well. Okay, let's just take a closer look at everything that this comes with. So first off, this is your headset. So as you can see, it's World of Warcraft themed. It's got sort of like in-game sort of hieroglyphs there. Looks pretty cool. Up here going up, it's got the World of Warcraft logo, and it's got like sort of what looks kind of like armor the way it goes down. This can be extended just by pulling up, so you can extend the size of the headset to quite a large size as well. On the sides here, you've got basically how you connect the microphone just there. You've got a mute button here where you can actually press to mute the microphone. And then also you've got the connectivity where you plug the USB cable in to connect to your PC. Further up, you've got the volume controls, volume down and volume up, and they are cleverly disguised inside the headset, but they are actually buttons. Both headsets swivel around so that you can have it flat, so it's easier to take with you and pack, so it doesn't also get damaged as well, so that's a nice little feature. Going into the inside ear cups here are soft lined with this really kind of soft material, so that when you have it over your ears it's not going to hurt you or anything like that. It's really nice and soft and padded, and it's also great for keeping sound out, so that you are only hearing what you need to while you're in the game. On the top of the headset here, it's also got some more padding, so when it's on your head this can provide padding so it doesn't become hard and uncomfortable after a long period of gaming. Alright, so that's the first look at the headset. We'll come back to the more features in a moment. We'll have a look what else comes with the set. Alright, so first off we'll look in this one here. So here is the USB cable. So on one side you have the mini USB that plugs into the bottom of the headset. On the other side you've got the USB port. The cable is a thick kind of braided cable, so it's not going to easily get tangled, and it's not going to really basically break very easily because it's much more rugged. The cable could have been longer, but it's definitely plenty enough length to actually come from your PC to wherever you're sitting in front of your computer. But I mean, for some gamers it's nice to have a long cord so that you can move a bit away from the computer a bit further, but I mean it's still not a bad length. The next thing that comes with this one is the microphone. So this is your microphone. Now this microphone plugs in to the bottom of the headset, like I said, in this port just there. And you just simply plug it in, and that is now attached to your headset. It's also bendable, so you can bend it to whatever length you want it away from your mouth. So it makes it a lot easier and more convenient to wherever you prefer the microphone, closer or further away from you. Next thing in the bag is this little tool. It's actually just a flathead screwdriver, and this is basically to use to remove the lenses. Now I'll get to this in a moment or two. I'll just unbox the rest of the stuff first. Next thing is of course the extra pair of lenses that you get with it, and the pattern on these is basically that just there. That's the symbol. I'll get to more on the lenses in 2 moments. Next thing in the box, you get a bunch of just kind of creative kind of warranty cards, registration type things like that. Nothing really fantastic. Next thing you get sort of a quick start guide. So that's the front of it. Going into it sort of just gives you a quick start guide of how to connect up the computer, really how to just get started. So it shows you where everything is on the headset, and it goes into, you know, plugging it in, and also where to download the software. Just let this focus. Just there, that website just there. That's where you can go and download the actual audio control panel that you need to actually use the headset. Over the other page, it shows you a bit of a glimpse of this audio control panel, and it also shows you how you remove the lenses. The rest is pretty much all in just different languages. Okay, the final thing that this comes in the box is this pouch. So this is basically a really nice kind of soft pouch that you can put your headset into. On one side it's got the World of Warcraft logo, and on the other side it's got the Sound Blaster logo. Inside you've got kind of a dual part. You've got a big pouch in there where you can put your headset, and you've got this tiny pouch where you can actually put your microphone. So it's kind of shows they've taken a kind of thought that yeah, you've got a microphone but you've also got a headset as well. So they've kind of put that in there. We've got that sort of on both sides sort of thing here. There's another pouch there. So you can also put the other bits and pieces in, like cables or anything like that. So it's really nice. It's also got a bit of a tie at the top, so you can squeeze it shut if you need to. So it's really nice and portable for if you want to take to a LAN party, or take to a friend's place, or just take traveling with you. So it's kind of a nice feature. They thought about that when they included it. Okay, so let's first go into the lenses for the headset. Like I said, you can get this little tool that comes with it. Now this is built to remove the lenses. The problem I find with these lenses, and this is the first downside to this headset, is that you have to use this tool. Now this is a metal screwdriver, but these are actually plastic head lenses sort of things. They're made of plastic, so they're not really strong. The idea to remove them is that you're supposed to stick it in here at the little point and gently pry it off. That's what the manual says. It says gently pry it off. Now pry as a word is not a very gentle word. It's actually a really rough word. And the thought of taking a metal screwdriver and prying off a plastic lens is not doesn't sound like a very good idea to me. And I did do it a couple of times. I won't be doing it now because I am so worried whenever I do this that those lenses are going to crack or they're going to break. And already you can, even from just taking it off a couple of times, you can sort of see some wear down at the bottom here where the screwdriver actually goes in to try and pry it up. Yeah, I just don't like the system. I think that could have been improved if they had just put a clip or something there to pull the lenses off. It would have just made it so much better and so much easier to do. And the idea is basically these interchangeable lenses are to show, you know, what kind of fan you are of the series. But I just don't like how you're actually supposed to pull them off of the headset. I just think it's, you know, they could have put a bit more thought into it. And I've heard that, you know, from long-term use of pulling off and that the clips can break on them. So yeah, I just don't really like that idea of using this tool on plastic lenses. But another good thing about having lenses is that these sides glow. Now how they do that, I'll show you by plugging this into a computer. Won't be one moment. I'll just connect this to its connector, which is just down here. And then you connect your other end to a USB point. Let's open the audio software up. So here we go. So straight away when you plug it in, it lights up like this. So it looks pretty cool. So that's the lens that it comes with. So both sides light up really nicely, as you can see. It's pretty cool. That mute button lights up down there for the microphone, and you can basically click it to press it off or click it to put it back on again. So it's a pretty cool thing, and I mean on the actual software itself you can actually change these colors as well. I know, it looks just pretty awesome. And you can imagine also, like, when you're changing the headset lenses, you can actually change to what, pattern that you want. And you can change between 16 million colors. So you can have virtually any color on here you want, from blue to pink to green to red to whatever you want. So you can change it whatever, and you can set it to pulsate, and you can also just set it to just basically be on one color, on like low light or high light, high intensity. So you can customize that completely in the software. So it looks pretty cool anyway. I think it does anyway. The only downside again is that tool with the lenses prying it up. I just don't like that at all. I feel like I'm going to break something. Alright, so let's move on to the next section of this, which is sound quality. The most important thing for a headset. When you put a headset on, you want it to sound good and be the headset that you want to listen to not only your games, but you want to listen to music, you want to watch movies with it. You want to basically use the headset for everything. And this headset, I am glad to say, it performs very well. The sound quality is brilliant. I've listened to some music with it, I've played some games with it, I've watched a couple of movies, just done a lot of general stuff as well with it, and I have to admit, it sounds really good. The sound is really good quality. You put it on, it is a USB headset, so it has got a built-in Sound Blaster sound card in it. So it doesn't use whatever sound card you have in your system, so bear that in mind. If you have a really expensive sound card, you're not going to benefit from using these headsets using that sound card. Obviously it's going to use its built-in sound card. But these are brilliant. As a standalone USB headset, these sound absolutely brilliant. They have really good bass on them. Sounds come out from like a really kind of bass kind of song. It sounds perfect. If you got a light song, it also sounds pretty good. In games, it sounds awesome. It's got also a setting in the actual software where you can actually put Dialogue Plus, which basically allows you to make the voices pop a bit, so they actually sound a bit more clearer, a bit more dynamic, a bit more realistic. It's all about realism in these ones. A good thing about this one is that it's got that virtual surround sound as well. And I have to admit, the virtual surround sound sounds brilliant. For virtual surround sound, you can set it how much % you want. If you want it just a bit low, so you can just sort of detect it, or completely off. You can turn it off if you don't like it, or you can put it to 100%. Virtual surround sound just emulates sort of whereas above, below, your left to right, everything like that. It sort of just emulates it. It's also got crystallizer, so to get that nice kind of crystal sound quality from it. So overall, listening to music on this, or watching a movie, playing games, the sound quality itself is very good. I'd highly recommend it for just the quality of the sound alone. It's a really good headset, I have to admit, really good headset. The microphone is the next one. The microphone itself is really good quality as well. The microphone is a professional grade microphone. It sounds really good. And probably the most issue you might have with it is that it picks up a lot of sound. Probably even too much sound, because it will pick up some background noise as well. I found like just using it, it does record really well, but it'll pick up any noise around the area. So, if you're gaming and you've got quite close quarters with roommates or whatever like that, or family members or anything, it may pick up background sound. Fortunately though, Creative did make a fix for this. They've actually put a firmware upgrade on the actual website as well, that you can upgrade the microphone to make it less sensitive to background noise, and also less chance of it becoming distorted over long playing hours. So that's a must firmware if you don't want to have so much distortion from so much sound going on. So that's a must to get. Another cool thing that this microphone and the actual audio control panel offers is actually something called VoiceFX. Now what VoiceFX does is it allows you to actually morph your voice into different characters and creatures in the World of Warcraft series. So you basically set to what creature you want, and basically any recording program or anything that you're using the microphone for will then sound, whatever you say into it will then sound like one of those characters. So say if you set it to a blood elf and you talk into the microphone, you're going to sound like a blood elf. It'll actually morph your voice into that character. And this is such a cool feature that I play around with it quite extensively, so I thought I'd do a little clip here just showing you how it works. So basically I'll just swap over now to a clip of the VoiceFX in basically working, and me just kind of messing around with the different characters that you can actually take with it, and basically what it sounds like. So let's cut over to that, and then we'll come back to the review after it. Okay, so this is using the VoiceFX, basically a module on the World of Warcraft headset software. So at the moment there's no voice effect applied, it's set on none at the moment. But what I'm going to do for this video is just kind of go through the different voices you can actually change your voice into. So once you set a voice on this profile, any software that you're recording through the microphone on the headset will basically change your voice to the selected voice profile. So we'll go ahead and go to the first one. So the first one is Arcane Guardian. So now I should sound like an Arcade Guardian. Let's just say random things with this voice. I am an Arcane Guardian. Ooh. Okay, let's go to the next voice.
So this is a Blood Elf female, so I should kind of sound like a Blood Elf now. I don't know what a Blood Elf sounds like, but this is what it should sound like. I'm an elf, let's go do elfy things.
Now this is a Blood Elf male, so I should sound like a male elf. So I can take my sword and ride my dragon and do stuff like that.
This now should sound like children's weak orphan. So I should sound like kids, I guess. I don't know, squeaky voice. I probably sound like funny when I laugh. So that's what that sounds like. This is a dwarf female. Dwarf female. So I should sound like a female dwarf. I don't know, maybe I should go do some cooking. Cut off someone's head with a blade of knife.
Okay, this is a dwarf male, so I should sound like a male dwarf. Let's take my sword, take my axe, go kill some people, go mine some gold.
This is a fell god, and this voice is awesome to sound like an overlord. I am an overlord, I will rule the world and destroy anyone that opposes me. This is an awesome voice to become an overlord with. It really is. It sounds so threatening and so evil.
So now I should sound like I'm from up the north. That's the profile I'm on at the moment. So I'm not sure exactly what that's going to come out like. I don't know, let's go for a walk, let's go for an adventure, let's go on a quest. A quest to find some gold.
Alright, so I should sound like a gnome female at the moment. So a female gnome running around the garden, running around having an adventure of my own. I know, maybe doing weird stuff. Gnome male. So now I'm probably chasing the female gnome. And also doing weird stuff.
So this now is a human female, so I should sound like a human, but female, I'm guessing. It's probably more squeaky.
This is a human male, so I should sound like just a human male voice now.
This is a Melganis. So let's go on another quest. Get my sword out, get my pack, get my gear. Let's go.
Okay, this is an orc female, so it should be a female orc. I don't know, let's go Pilgrimage of Village. Let's go Pilgrimage of Village. Get my mace.
This is an orc male, so again, let's go pilgrimage someone's village, pick up my axe and my mace, and go kill some people.
This is a village elder, so now I should sound really old. Like really old. I think I'm 100 years old. I'm really old and I get dizzy and I fall over a lot because I'm old. I'm really old. Hey lad, what was that? I can't hear you too well. Oh, that was funny, dear boy. Alas, but now I must go to sleep. I get very tired.
So now I should sound like an X2002 deconstructor, and my voice is probably very squeaky. And just like I've had a lot of energy, and probably if I've had a lot of energy, a lot of Red Bulls, and a lot of coffee, to the point I'm bouncing off the wall, all over the place.
Okay guys, so that was the VoiceFX on the World of Warcraft headset. It's quite a cool kind of morphing thing that allows you to change your voice to a different profile on that one. It's a lot of fun as well to play around with and everything like that. I wish there was a way we could actually add more voices to it. That would really be cool if you could get other WoW voices or even other game voices that you could add profiles to it. It would be really cool. Okay, so that was the VoiceFX as you saw just there. It's a really cool feature. You can really play along with it just for hours, just playing around and seeing what you sound like, saying different things with it. Some of those voices are really cool. Some of those really kind of deep voices are kind of evil kind of voices. It's so awesome to pretend you're like an evil overlord and you're just saying a lot of cool stuff to a hero or something like that. It's really awesome to play around with it and record things and everything like that. So it's guaranteed to be a feature that people play with a lot. The one thing, like I mentioned before about that VoiceFX, is that I wish you could add more profiles to it. That's the one thing we wish. If you could get a whole lot of more characters and add more profiles to it, it'd be so cool to morph into it. But otherwise, it's a great little feature, and it's really cool to play around and to use in game if you want to. But definitely something cool to play around with. So next thing on the agenda is basically the build quality of the headset itself. Now, I can't fault the way basically the actual pads are. Really nice and soft and smooth. Everything else feels really nice and everything like that. Microphone is good quality, sounds good quality. But a lot of people have had issues with the actual frame of the headset. Basically, a lot of what I've heard from other people is that they find that this part here will break. You know, everything like that will break, and I've heard some people say that the top frame here breaks. Like, it seems like just by holding it now and actually wearing it from what I have worn it and using it, I mean, it's not bad. If you're really rough with your headset, I think that's what's going to break it, you know, and everything. If you're really rough with this part here, it's going to break off. It's just plastic. It's not, you know, it's not fancy metal or anything like that. It's plastic. If you force it on, it's going to break. And I think another thing that's going to lend to this breaking is using that screwdriver to pry off these lenses. If you're too rough on it, you're going to hit this part here, and that could potentially, especially if you start from the wrong angle, that's going to break these pieces. So I have heard a lot of people complaining about the actual build of these, saying that they break too easily. Now, I haven't had that issue. I haven't really been rough with it though. So, I mean, I guess the answer to that is if you're really rough with headset, this headset's probably not the one for you. Because, I mean, it's probably going to break if you're too rough with it. But, I mean, from just putting it on and off, I really haven't had an issue with it. Maybe if you tilted this too far forward, it's going to potentially break the clips that are in the corner here. But like I said, I haven't really had a personal kind of experience with that. My headset seems to be alright. I mean, you can hear a bit of sounds when you move it around, but nothing really that would lead to a bad build. I mean, it looks really nice. It feels really nice. I can't really fault it, to be quite honest, personally, but I have heard other people that have had issues with it. Okay, so that was the headset part of it. So great headset, awesome sound quality, really nice microphone as well, and that VoiceFX is a really cool little extra feature it's added. So let's go ahead and look at the tap chat now. Let's move these out of the way. So the tap chat, should I say, is an optional extra USB pedal. So it's also the World of Warcraft branded, also made by Creative, and also licensed by Blizzard. So this is your Frontier box. Now you do have to buy this separately. It says the World of Warcraft logo, shows the pedal just there. Sound Blaster, World of Warcraft Tap Chat, and of course it advertises the headset there, and it says sold separately. On the side just here it says Sound Blaster, World of Warcraft Tap Chat. Map your push to talk key or favorite macros to the optional foot control pedal, keeping your hands free to control the game. Pedal Sound Blaster World of Warcraft, and that's other different languages. On the other side, it just kind of shows our specifications. I'll see if I can get it to focus a bit. There we go. Just the package contents and system requirements. On the back, it kind of shows a preview of the software again that adds the tap chat little key section there when you install your pedal on there. Sound Blaster World of Warcraft tap chat, and it says the same thing as it did before. So let's go ahead and open this up and have a bit of a look at it. So the first thing is the pedal, as you can see. You get a bit of papers again, more creative support type things, all in different languages. And of course you get a bit of a quick start guide and also a bonus set of lenses for the headset. So this is basically the little start thing. It just basically shows you how to plug it in and install the software. Again, downloading the software from the creative website, which it uses the same software anyway, so you can just use that same stuff. And these are the headsets you come with. They basically just say World of Warcraft there, which you won't be able to see because it's upside down, but that's basically, and these ones, like I said, they go onto there. So you pull those other ones off and these attach to there. But the main thing, of course, is the World of Warcraft pedal. So this is the tap chat. So it's got a USB cable, standard kind of cable there, fairly long, and it's basically just a pedal. That's all it does. It's just a foot pedal. It's got a nice kind of plate there that says World of Warcraft. I don't know if you can make that out here. It's a bit bright, but that's the World of Warcraft logo in the center there. The pedal is quite gripped. On the bottom there, it's got kind of rubber feet, so it doesn't slide too much. Otherwise, it's really just a plastic USB pedal. The main purpose of the tap chat is that you can assign a key to it. So you can either assign it to tap to chat, or you can assign a different key that you need to do in the game. So if you want to assign the pedal to one specific command, that's when this comes in. So you can have this on your floor, tap it with your foot when you want to do that command, while you're talking on your headset, while you're using the keyboard and mouse to control your character. It just adds an extra function to allow you to do it basically everything easier. It works quite well, and you can virtually use it for anything that you want. And I mean, these are pretty cheap as well, so there's not that much extra on top of the headset. Although, being that it's designed for the headset, I mean, they could have included them together if they really wanted to, I reckon. But that's that. So that's the headset, and that's the tap chat USB pedal. They both a cool package. If you're a World of Warcraft fan, I would recommend both of them to you. If you are after a headset that's a bit more sturdy, perhaps, especially if you're prone to throwing headsets around and everything like that, then you're probably better off going for a more stronger headset. And of course, like I said before, this is a USB headset, so it won't utilize your sound card. So if you have a really expensive sound card installed in your system, you're better off going for a headset that can actually plug into that really good sound card. If you though don't have a really good sound card using a laptop or using something like that, something really simple that doesn't have great sound, then a USB headset is ideal for you because it's got a built-in sound blaster. And like I said, these headsets are really nice to use and they work really well. So that's both of them again. Take one last look at it for you. Anyway guys, that's about all I can say about it. Thanks for watching. I am Sharkie Gamer. I'll have heaps more controller and accessory reviews up very shortly. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, like this video. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so. Thanks again for watching guys.